Good evening, welcome to First Aid for Families. I'm Sarah and I hope you are all well this evening. I did put a reminder out for the live today, but I know that children are now on holidays, so people hopefully are managing to get away from the home a little bit. So I hope you're enjoying that first week on holiday. I was going to say with the children, but I don't think we've been away from the children. But for everyone else, I still hope you're having a lovely week. Okay, well tonight we're going to be talking about swallowed poisons and the first aid and what to do in case you think someone has swallowed something poisonous. Now remember, it's about the quantity that will make something poisonous to us humans. Small amounts should be okay, but it's the greater quantity. But obviously for children, they're so much smaller. You know, they have great metabolism, so it's going to enter the system a lot quicker. So that's where the danger is really with children there. Who we got here? Hi Shelley. Oh Jade, hi, nice to see you. And Alex, hiya. Now, so with swallowed poisons, they can obviously cause harm, and the cause harm could be due to the digestive tract. It can enter through the bloodstream, which then can be transported to different parts of the body. You've got hazardous chemicals, and they're all over our homes. I mean, most of the time we're finding in studies is the child or that person that's been affected or has ingested or has inhaled that poison. It's got into their system because it's being used. You know, if we're not using it, we probably lock it away, and it's a lot safer. But it's normally when it's being used that we're finding that the poisoning is actually happening then. Doesn't mean it's always going to be harmful, all these products, but we've really got to watch out. So some of the hazardous chemicals that we can find in our home, I think we've seen lots of press about. There's other brands available, obviously, but we've got the washing tablets. Most of these now are in child-proof. See, I can't even get into it. Child-proof boxes. But the problem with these, seriously, I can't get into this. I'm going to break it. Oh, here we go. So we've got these. I mean, don't they look lovely? And they smell really nice. I'm not going to eat one, but you know, how tempting is that to a little child? They just look like little Haribos. Really nice. So it's so important we keep those away. Okay. Also bleach as well. As we can see on the back here, it can be corrosive, therefore it's going to cause burns and things like that. So it's important we keep those away and make sure those lids are on properly. And there's lots of different products as well. Also cosmetics, nail polish. There's for people that wear it, nail extensions, is that a thing? There's a glue to help you put your nail on. Well, basically that has a level of cyanide in it. Obviously they try to be careful with these kind of products and try and regulate them, but over great quantities, you know, that's quite a horrible thing to have in there. As we know, some plants and fungi has poisons, certain chemicals and pesticides, poorly prepared food as well. Sometimes that can be a problem and could cause poisoning. Alcohol as well, not just for adults but obviously for children. So small amounts of alcohol could be very detrimental, and obviously it can be to us as well. We've also found that cigarettes, children like to chew on their parents' cigarettes. So normally when they're not alight, but there was a study that came out, I'm just trying to find it there, but it was basically saying, where did it say, that around 15% of poisons were coming from people chewing on, or children chewing on their parents' cigarettes. So again, keep those kind of things out of the way there. You've got recreational drugs, substances, you've also got paracetamols and things that are lying around, and medicines for pets. So these are kind of things that we can come across. We don't categorise the snakes and the insect bites and wasps and things like that, because that's not the poison, that's venom. So it's a toxin and it can react in a different way. And we can talk about anaphylactic on another one. Okay, so let's just have a look here. Right, what to do. So if the casualty is responsive, it's really important to try and find out what they have swallowed. Again, if there's any evidence around that, so collect that up. Look for clues, so empty containers or anything else like that. So if berries, my daughter, she was in the park the other day, she disappeared off, and she came back and she had red all around her face, and what she'd found is some wild cherries. Apparently they're absolutely fine, obviously not the stones, the pips in there, but yeah, it was a bit worrying, so I went to hunting to find out what she'd put in her mouth. She said it was a cherry, and it was a cherry, but again, you just never know, so it's always important to have a look. So ask them what they've swallowed, look for evidence, reassure them. Again, don't panic them, you want to sort of like reassure them and make sure that they feel comfortable. It's important to get emergency help, so call 999 112, because we can't give them anything. All right, what we don't want to do is to induce vomiting. It sounds like, you know, a really good idea to get that poison out of them to induce vomiting, but let's say if it was a bleach, it's gone down, it could burn, it can burn on the way back up again. So again, we don't want to do that, so don't. If they do vomit, then it's always wise to keep a sample as well. So yeah, not nice, but again, that sample can then be tested to actually find out why the poison's happened or what that poison actually is. As I said before, don't induce vomiting. If that person is covered in a contaminant, in a chemical, then obviously protect yourself. So if you can, gloves and things like that. If the casualty comes unresponsive, then open the airway, check for breathing, and then carry out CPR. But if there are chemicals around the mouth, then put something to protect you around the mouth. Ideally a face shield, but if you haven't got a face shield, then a plastic bag with a hole in it around the mouth, and then you can carry out breaths. If the lips are burnt because of the corrosive substance they've actually got into the bleach, then again you could give them frequent sips of cold milk or water to help alleviate that, but again we don't want them to be drinking lots and lots, so just something that can just take the burning down there. So as I said, it's important to reassure them and get medical help as soon as you can. And as I said before, in smaller quantities, then you know, it might not cause harm. But if there's any doubt at all, then it's so important to get them to emergency help. I mean, for adults, we take paracetamol, 1 or 2 paracetamol, absolutely fine. But we take more than that, it can be detrimental, and we're going to start poisoning our system there. Right, have you got any questions? I know I kind of rambled on quite a bit there, so if you do have anything, then please shout. While you're thinking about those questions, I was going to just run through a few statistics for you, because who doesn't like a statistic on a Wednesday evening? So poisoning is the third, I should really put my glasses on, and it's dark in here, I can't see. The third leading cause of unintentional injury death, as according to the World Health Organization, in the European region. And each year, on average, 3,000 young children aged 0 to 14 die of acute poisoning. So it's a serious problem. Children of 5, obviously a majority, they account for a majority, and children up to 2, obviously very vulnerable, because as we know, everything just goes into their mouth. They test their world with their mouth. Everything goes in. Anything else there? More than 90% of all poisonings occur within the home environment. You know, and I mean, as a health and safety advisor, I go into companies, and you know, there's no way they could leave chemicals lying around. You know, they have to have proper registers, and it's all got to be controlled. But in the home, there's no regulations for it. It's not regulated. So, you know, we've just got to be very mindful and very, very careful there. All right. Let's have a look. Any questions here? Oh, thank you for joining me, you guys. Let's have a look. I always lose my comments. Now, if you haven't got any questions now, that's absolutely fine. Please pop them in the comments later on and I can come back and answer them. If you look out for some posts probably over the next couple of days, I'm going to sort of like put in signs and symptoms of poisoning, because obviously different poisons are going to cause different reactions. So I'll put some posts in, and hopefully that can just help you with a little bit of recognition. But it was nice speaking to you can't speak. It was nice speaking to you this evening, and as I said, any comments, put them in the comments below and I can get back to you. If not, then I look forward to seeing you guys on next Wednesday. Yeah. Alright, take care. Bye bye.